If you're like a lot of driven men, you probably have days where it feels like you're drifting aimlessly. Deep down, there's almost this heaviness that you're running hard in a direction, but you don't really know why. You start to wonder if what you're working towards even matters in the end. Why chase the next business goal? Why pursue that promotion at work? Why fight to stay disciplined when it feels like it's not leading anywhere productive? Today, we're going to fix that. In this video, I'm going to show you how one simple habit, even some would say depressing habit, can change your direction and bring you a better sense of fulfillment in your day-to-day life. It's a small practice that can make you more disciplined, more focused, and more grounded and steadfast as a man and a leader. By the end of this video, you'll know how to use one paragraph to anchor your purpose every single day, so you feel clear, steady, and on mission again. Let's get into it. Okay. If you're like a lot of driven entrepreneurs or driven people in general, you've probably had points in your life where it feels like you're just running on a hamster wheel, where you've achieved that thing you want to achieve, you accomplished that thing you want to accomplish, but then it didn't really fulfill you. And you kind of were left standing on the proverbial summit, mountaintop, thinking, is this what I was pursuing? Why does this even matter? And this is a problem because it costs you time. It costs you time by how much you procrastinate, by you drifting, by you neglecting the important things in life. If you were to think about your time as a currency, if every minute was $1 leaving your bank account, how much more intentional and focused would you be? But it's really difficult to do this if you just keep pursuing things to pursue them because someone on the internet told you to pursue it. Someone on the internet told you that you feel fulfilled and in control and have security if you got the next business milestone, had that much money, had the next car, had that next house. But in reality, the thing you're missing is a simple paragraph written on a piece of paper that will drastically change your life. Now, not everyone watching this video is going to do what I recommend today because it can be depressing and it can feel morbid. But for those of you who are up for a challenge, who are ready to watch this short video, take this small action and do it every single day, this is going to drastically change your life. I want you to grab a piece of pen and paper, a piece of pen and paper, a paper and a pen, and I want you to write down your eulogy statement. What do you want someone to say about you at the end of your life? And if they could only speak the truth, right? Not embellishing, not saying what everyone says, but if they could only speak the truth of how you lived your life, what would you want them to say? Not necessarily how you're living now, but who do you want to be remembered as? So write it as if they're speaking it. So you're going to write it down. Matt was XYZ. He did this. He did XYZ. He fulfilled on this. He did this. He was this person. Write it down. Then I want you to put that piece of paper somewhere in your house that you can see it every single day. Read it multiple times a day. And what this is going to do for you, it's going to give you intentionality and urgency in your day-to-day life. We have no clue how long we have here on earth. And many of us live as if we have an infinite amount of time, but we don't. We don't know when that day is coming. So you need to live with the urgency to steward and invest your time well, your time and your energy well. That's your most important currency is your time. Once it's gone forever. You can't make more of it. So you need to be intentional how you invest this currency. And what this does when you write your eulogy statement, you need to start living into that statement tomorrow because you don't want to make a liar out of the person reading that at your funeral. So that's going to set the intentionality, the urgency for everything on your calendar. Do you invest in escapism type habits? Do you scroll social media? Well, if you don't know, maybe it's next week that your time comes and you have a lot of important things to do, a lot of important things to fulfill on. How's that going to change your mindset? How's that going to change how you act and live in the world and how you love and how you care and what you pursue? It's going to have a drastic impact on you. And it's going to align your goals in your life too. If you're pursuing things that have no eternal value, that don't impact the kingdom, then why pursue it? Because you are not going to be remembered past a generation at max, 2 generations at max, I should say. Your name isn't going to be remembered. In Ecclesiastes, it says that very thing. You're hevel, vapor, here today and gone tomorrow, dissipating everything you work so hard for. You're just going to hand it off to someone else. So what does this mean? This means that you need to be more focused on who you are and what you do, and not letting what you do or don't do define who you are. Not letting your successes and failures define you, but rather pursuing to become more Christ-like daily, being refined through the struggles, submitting and surrendering into that, knowing that God's working that through for your good and his purposes. And the ultimate good is to become more like Christ. So that if you have that mental knowledge, then you're not as focused on the outcome of your pursuits. You're more focused on who you are and what you're doing, utilizing your God-given gifts and talents to create things of meaning, to create things that have eternal value. So think of it this way. This is a big mindset shift in alignment with this eulogy statement I had a little while ago. If what we achieve and what we do will be forgotten after we pass away, who you are as a person is going to impact someone. There's going to be a ripple effect to that. So if I have Christ-like characteristics, and I'm not saying I am perfect at this, but let's say I live like Christ and I impact someone. That moment of time that invested, I stewarded well, is going to impact that person. And that could break generational curses. That could change how they live, and they can go then impact someone else. That then is going to ripple effect across generations. People might not remember your name in terms of the legacy that you're leaving, but your character traits that you instill in others will leave a lasting impact. That one word you said, that one deed you did, that moment of loving truth you spoke to someone that changed the trajectory of their life is going to change someone else's life because it changed their life. You see what I mean? It's creating this ripple effect. And by the way, if you're a Christian entrepreneurial man and you're having success in business, but you feel like your day is coming at you and you're being reactive, you don't have structure in your personal life or your business, and you're wasting time, but you want to be more diligent with your time. You want to spend more time with your family. You want to work on your fitness. You want to have more mental clarity, not be drained at the end of the day. I'm working one-on-one with people in my TimeWealth program with Christian entrepreneurial men. So click the link in the description of this video, type the code word 22 in my DMs, and then you can apply for my program. So this helped me get through the struggles of our gym closures between 2020 and 2023. Because initially, before it happened, I was more pursuing the outcome, trying to get to a 7-figure gym, trying to make a successful gym business. It was working, but then everything came to a halting stop. And then that's for another video. Maybe I'll link it at the end of this video. You can watch after. But I had a moment where, no, the purpose is in how I'm stewarding this. People need a place to go once this is all done. And there's a holistic aspect to it, mental, physical, spiritual, relational, professional, that people are going to need a place to become holistically healthy and fit. And we can share the gospel, and how we live and how we act in this business. So that gave me more purpose. And the more purpose I had in it, even though there was struggles, that enabled me to push through, that enabled our team to push through. It's the same thing with your eulogy statement. When you're going through hardship, when you're going through struggles, it gives you this urgency and this purpose, this weight, this anchor in a good way behind your daily actions. Every small action is compounding into something, and you want it to be something of meaning and value. Write the paragraph now, put it where you'll see it, read it daily, send it to a friend, share it below in the comments, create accountability around your eulogy statement. This practice is going to drastically change your life. If you found this beneficial, I invite you to subscribe. Going to post, you'll see at the end of this video, there's a video talking about how you can work 16 hours a week while still scaling your business as a Christian entrepreneurial man. Give that a watch. And until next time, earn your dopamine.